Omaha Poker is the perfect game to learn if you already know Texas Hold'em, but are looking for a game with even more action. It shares so many similarities with Hold'em that if you know that game, picking up Omaha will be a snap. Need a refresher on Texas Hold'em? Go check out our video guide at cardschat.com. Just like in Hold'em, Omaha uses a dealer button, plus small and big blinds to get the action going right away. But unlike Hold'em, all players receive 4 hole cards instead of 2. After the deal in the first betting round, there's a flop of 3 shared community cards which any player can use in making their strongest 5-card poker hand. Another betting round follows. Then, as in Hold'em, a turn and a river are dealt, with more betting rounds taking place after each. Once all the betting is done, any remaining players show their cards, and the pot is awarded to the best hand, according to the same ranking of poker hands used in Hold'em and most other poker games. So far so familiar, right? But here's where things get wild. In Omaha, all players are dealt 4 cards, and to make their final poker hand, they'll need to use exactly 2 of their hole cards, plus 3 community cards, no more and no less. Flopping 3 of a kind was a strong start, but it didn't improve. The other player used 2 of their hole cards to make a straight and take down the pot. Compared with Texas Hold'em, you now have double the hole cards, but you actually have more than double the number of card combinations. And so do your opponents. These extra ways that the hole cards can combine with each other make Omaha a game where you'll usually need a pretty strong hand to win. It also means that Omaha is a game where a hand with good draws can actually be a favorite to beat a hand made on the flop. Look here. This player has a pair of aces, which is beating their opponent's pair of 7s. But look at the draws they have. Any 4 or 9 for the straight, 7 for trips, or an 8 for 2 pair, a deuce to make a set, or indeed any other diamond to make the flush. They even have 2 draws to the straight flush. Add them all up, and this hand is actually more than twice as likely to win the pot as the hand with the aces. So here's what you need to remember. Hands play out identically to Texas Hold'em, but you'll get 4 hole cards, not 2. Each player must use exactly 2 of their hole cards and 3 community cards to make their hand. Draws are very strong, and players will often be drawing to the nuts, so watch out. Finally, Omaha is usually played as a pot limit game, which means the maximum raise is always limited to the size of the pot. This encourages aggression, so while it's not always possible to shove all in the way you might in a Hold'em game, you'll find the pots get very large. For more tips and advice on Omaha and pot limit games, stick with cardschat.com.